right, and we're live.
All right, man. should be fun, man.
Hell yeah. Dude, I've been wanting to do this for so long.
Dude, it's so long.
But with all this quarantine shit, it just has not been possible.
Dude, it's been crazy. Like, I was off work for 2 weeks. And then when I was ready to go back to work, they told me that I would be training somewhere else because the place that I usually work, like I work with the same doctor in the same clinic every single time. They recently just told me that that clinic reduced its staff. And so now I'm going to be training somewhere else.
Okay.
I got to go to a new clinic. And so they posted the schedule yesterday. I'm going to be going to 2 different clinics throughout the week, actually.
Are your hours affected at all?
Yeah. Before I was working 8-hour shifts, so 8 times 3, 24. Now I got a total of 9 hours. 9 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Well,
Dude,
goddamn.
And I'm working in like 2 different clinics.
Yeah.
But it's like super reduced hours, and they have people like half the staff coming in on the morning and the other half coming in the afternoon.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was working 8 to 5, now I'm working 9 to 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, you're only getting 9 hours for the whole week?
The whole week.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Bittersweet, I guess. More time with your family, more time to study, but...
Dude, but you know,
money.
some people got completely laid off, you know?
Ooh.
Like, yeah, like we have some, like another couple that we're friends with.
Okay, look, this is... What was your job? Like...
My job? So I'm a medical scribe.
Not necessarily your job, where you work at. What do they do there?
Oh, so I work for a doctor. The doctor is a hand surgeon. So he does surgeries on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So you think there's less work because of the coronavirus?
Yes, because so when I work, he's not doing surgery. When I work, he's following up with patients who have had surgery or maybe potentially need surgery, right? So he does like the one-on-ones with them. So my job is to type his notes right behind him. They're called soap notes, right? Basically on any normal day that I work, when he's like establishing a new patient, he'll say, hey, typically the corrective action would be surgery, but this is considered an elective surgery, and a lot of surgery centers are not doing elective surgeries because of the virus. They're only doing like essential surgeries, like maybe they need like an arm amputated or they got shot and they need the bullet removed or something, right? So like a carpal tunnel surgery, don't quote me on the carpal tunnel, but it might not qualify for like an emergent surgery.
Okay.
They're saying like, you have carpal tunnel today, you'll have carpal tunnel in 60 years. It's going to be the exact same carpal tunnel.
Makes sense. Kind of fucked up, but I mean, I guess it makes sense.
But a lot of our patients are even super thankful that he's open. Like they're like,
Yeah,
oh man,
everybody
like,
else is closed.
Yeah, everybody else is closed, so they're super thankful that he's open. And I honestly, I really liked working for that doctor. I liked working at that clinic. Like the staff was super chill. Now I'm going to be going to a completely new clinic. I'm not going to know anybody. Like even the person training me is going to be different. And yeah, so.
Shit. Anyways, man, how you doing? Besides that, how's it going?
Yeah, all right, dude. Pretty freaking good, man. So, yeah, Tago's got 4 teeth. He's eating solids pretty good. He's starting to stand on his own. It's crazy.
Nice. So I actually want to give everybody a little bit of a background. So I'm pretty sure when we make this video, I'm going to put TJABS, or we're going to put TJABS in the title, as was our last video. So TJABS actually stands for
The Jay and Breezy Show.
Mm-hmm. So that was going to be our original podcast when we decided to try to do a podcast, but we figured we're just going to do a YouTube podcast.
All right.
So there won't be no audio, at least not now, maybe in the future. But anyway, so yeah, this is the J, and that is the Breezy, and this is our show. So basically, the reason I wanted to make this clear is because someone asked before who we are and what we're about. We're 2 brothers. This is my brother right here, and we're real close, and we just decided to start this.
Yeah.
Sure, it'll be interesting obviously for us, but for everybody else.
Yeah, especially during this quarantine period. Shit, things get pretty limited pretty fast, huh?
Mm-hmm.
At least you got one more thing to look forward to.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll try to post every week. We'll see how that goes right now. with everything's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully you enjoy our show, and if you ever have any comments or you guys want to suggest things for us to talk about, put it in the comment box underneath, and we'll be sure to try to address some of those things.
So that's us.
So anyways, yeah, so that's us, and yeah, so now you know a little bit more about us and why we're doing this, and yeah, maybe you can relate to us a little bit more.
Yeah.
Basically, we're gonna try to talk about things that everybody's wondering, or just normal day shit, you know.
Normal day. I mean, we're two brothers, you know. What better perspective than that, you know? And
exactly.
I'm sure a lot of people have siblings that they could relate, you know. Even if it's two sisters or a brother and a sister, you're gonna see some similarities because, I mean, obviously we grew up together our whole lives. We're just, I mean, two peas of the same pod.
Exactly, up to no good and doing shenanigans. But now we're a little bit older. He actually has his firstborn now, and
you're expecting pretty soon.
I want to be a father too.
Yeah.
So that's that. Hell yeah. So maybe we'll talk more about like having kids and fatherhood and or just parenthood in general.
Parenthood and kind of our plans for the future. You know, as two brothers now raising children.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, this world is not easy. It's complicated, and
it was complicated before the Rona. Now. We have like a whole... Dude, I had a nightmare last night about that shit.
Did you really? What was it about?
So, me and Jess were already planning a trip to San Diego in June before everything went down. We had the hotel booked and everything. We already had like where we were gonna take Togo and like what we were gonna do and like what beaches and whatnot, right? And my nightmare was that we went to San Diego, and fortunately, in my nightmare, my parents, and Helen were there, and we got stuck there. Like, the government declared, like, wherever you're at, you're stuck in place, like, shelter in place. And we happened to have a hotel in San Diego, so the hotel said, hey, like, all my guests are staying here until, like, the shelter in place is over. Which sounds okay, right? But then when I realized, like, the hotel itself was, like, a dungeon, basically, like, we were like in like just this like a fucking cave looking room, like a square room, but it was like a cave, you know, and the bathroom we had to like climb down like a tunnel and like
damn, it sounds like a prison.
Dude, it was crazy. And so like, but in my dream it was all because of the coronavirus. Like that was like the number one like the prominent feature that was there. And I remember even thinking, because the people in the hotel room right next to us, they had a decent bathroom, right? Like they had like a decent setup. And, but I remember like the thing was like to keep the social distance.
Okay.
And so I snuck into their bathroom, like trying not to get like seen or whatever.
Right.
And I just remember like even that was like raising my anxiety, like in my dream, like trying to like sneak around and like keep my social distance. And dude, it was kind of wild. Like now that I think about it.
Yeah, you're not the only person I've heard like having a lot of nightmares right now. You know. A good friend of ours, Blake.
Oh shit! Shout out to Blake, man.
Shout out to Blake, aka
Blizzy Blake.
Blazy
Blake,
aka Gay Boy.
But also a father, man. Shout out to Bella.
Actually, yeah, he's also a father, so respect to him, and shout out to him. He's a good guy for real,
good
though. Guy. But yeah, anyways, he was saying that he has a lot of nightmares, or he's been having a lot of nightmares.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then because he posted it on Facebook, and then a lot of people were replying, "Oh, I've been having a lot of nightmares too." So I think this is something that's like on everybody's mind, you know.
Dang, that's actually kind of crazy. I woke up this morning thinking like, damn, am I a bitch for like having a dream like that?
Dude, I've been having some weird dreams too. I just can't really remember them right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's good to know that more people are kind of feeling the same.
Yeah, no, like we're all in the same boat for sure.
Damn.
Man, I wanted to ask you though, like, so how long do you think that this coronavirus quarantine?
Dude, and Yessie keeps asking me that, right? My girlfriend Yessie, she keeps asking me that. How long do you think this will take? And we're waiting, you know, to buy a new house, and we're kind of trying to see like what's happening with like the market. And she's like, you know, how long do you think it'll take us to sell our house, and you know, things like that. And I'm like, babe, to be honest, when this was happening in like January, like I was like, oh, this shit is gonna stay overseas and blow over. And if it makes it to the US, we're gonna have such good like medical staff ready for this. Like it's gonna be contained wherever it's at. It's gonna blow over. honestly, I was like thinking about like June, like this is gonna be a non-issue, right?
Yeah, it would have been like one of those like I don't know, just one of those things that you just see. It comes and goes.
Yeah, like a quick, almost like a fad, right?
Like a fad.
It's like
yeah,
it's there and
exactly.
it's gone.
Oh
Like
yeah, remember
fidget
the time?
spinners or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
you
Remember the
know?
time we're talking about fidget spinners? Remember that one time the coronavirus?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But what really got me, and I was talking to my good buddy Gomez, he was like, dude, when the NBA shut down, and I was like, me too, dude. That's when I knew, like, oh, damn, I think something serious is going on. Like,
Yeah, I was like, when people started canceling shows, I was like,
canceling shows, canceling sporting events,
but
concerts.
look, this might be a little contradicting to popular belief, but I really do believe this might have been overblown a little bit. Not saying that I don't feel bad, because there's obviously a real thing, and obviously there's death that's related to it, and sickness and illness. But I don't think there should have been a shutdown. What do you think?
No, I think the opposite, actually. I think maybe when it was in January or maybe even like, early February, like U.S. was already taking measures, restricting flights and whatnot. I think maybe if it would have shut down completely, like some of these other countries have been doing, with like 0 reported cases and things like that, but they shut down their borders ASAP.
Right.
The U.S. could have done it. I understand why they didn't. Why they didn't do it. Much of it is because a lot of the nation's income comes from tourism and things like that. But I think had we done that, then New York would be a completely different situation right now.
You're probably right about that. I don't know. I just maybe I'm misspeaking, but I think maybe things just could have been handled differently.
No, I agree with that statement.
Because right now I feel like okay, so we're in quarantine and a lot of places are no longer open. A lot of people are no longer working, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You still have your job, but even then it's not that many hours. A lot of people you said that you worked with are just plain out laid off.
Yeah.
Like eventually that's going to become a huge problem within itself. Almost as bad as the coronavirus, I would say, if not greater.
Yeah, actually, that the market collapse, like the stocks going down,
a lot of bankruptcy, people who small time business owners, they're not
and people who legitimately can't pay like their credit card bills now, or
a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck and barely even holding on, and then they lose their job.
Yeah, and I mean, people are scared. It's not an easy situation. Unfortunately, it is happening to a lot of people. Like I'm fortunate to have these 9 hours. Something, and at least I could buy Todd with some milk or something. Whatever it be.
Right. And to be honest, I'm just fortunate that we can sit down and actually do this.
Yeah, man. Because last week we were pending results to see if one of us had tested positive for the Rona. So we didn't want to come in contact with you and you come in contact with Gloria, who's pregnant,
Right.
So even that, like, man, shit, can I hang out with my brother?
I know, but I'm glad, it didn't come out positive.
Yeah, I'm glad everything worked out and we get to do this now. And it just goes to show how fortunate it is to even be around people nowadays,
No, yeah, like there's a lot of things. Like, I mean, I like to be kind of a homebody, anyways, but there is times where I wish I could just go to different places like Kohl's and try to buy some clothes. My girlfriend, she's pregnant right now, and we wish we can try and find her some clothes that fit. As she gets bigger, but all we can do is online shopping. And, it's kind of a big hassle. You
got to try things on normally, right? And it's even a hassle trying things on once or twice. You're like, oh, why can't I just find something that fits? Now imagine buying something online. It gets there. You waited 3-4 days already.
I know. You're like, this shit don't fit.
Yeah.
And then you got to send it back, wait another 3 days, and then try it again.
And by that time, you've already grown one size.
Yeah, I know. Like, this shit gonna fit anyways.
Yeah, dude, the cycle repeats, man. So I feel for everyone out there, because I know how bad it was for us last year just having a normal pregnancy, and that was tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like right now, I'm a little bit nervous, a little anxious, really excited, obviously, but I do worry about what the future holds for everybody.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that we're all in this together, And
we are, man.
I feel like if you have a chance to show that you're part of a greater community, definitely do so. And just know we're all in this together, and we should try to help each other out. So
take that time, reach out to your neighbors, say hello. If you've never said hi, and maybe you've seen them around all the time, but take that time now, say hello.
Right.
Maybe they're struggling, maybe you could help, or vice versa.
Exactly.
Or that Seinfeld thing. Have you seen the Seinfeld thing, the Sparrow Square?
No, what's that?
You never see that? The Sparrow Square? Oh, we gotta watch that later.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. Like,
I may have seen it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. We'll watch it later, man.
Cool.
Any Seinfeld fans out there know what I'm talking about.
Sweet. Anyways, man, so I think maybe we can keep the coronavirus. We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. Push it out of the way.
Push it out of the way.
It's gone.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, the UFC. We'll talk about the UFC.
Yeah, they canceled their fight, man.
So it's canceled? Because
Yeah,
I heard that they did it again, and now it's going to be, instead of Khabib, it's going to be Justin Gaethje against Tony Ferguson.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Okay, so that's the new thing right now. Maybe you can pull it up. So, as far as I know, UFC is still going to try to hold their event. I think it's like 248, something like that. I can't remember exactly the number. 249. So Khabib is out, if you follow UFC. So Khabib is no longer doing it because Khabib does not want to travel. But Tony Ferguson is still going to fight, but now he has a new opponent, which is Justin Gaethje.
No, it says canceled right here.
Oh, is it canceled? Does it show the new Justin Gaethje?
Yeah, Gaethje.
Oh, okay. So it looks like it's not going to happen then.
No, man. Canceled.
Man. All right then. Well, shoot.
Shit.
All right. How about let's talk about how you've been spending your time.
Dude, great, honestly, because so my son's name is Santiago. He's 8 months old. And these last 2 weeks were great because we get to see him grow up almost. So we bought that walker for him. I got it for him on Amazon, right?
Okay.
And when it came, I built it. It was super easy to build, and we put him in there, and he was like, just get me out of here, he just wasn't having it. It came with some toys like in the front, and he was playing with the toys a little bit, but mostly he just was not, having it. The next day we tried again, and he was kind of like walking backwards, and we were like kind of like, hey, like come on, like come to us, right? And like he kind of wanted to, he just didn't know what to do, he didn't know how to get the hang of it. Well, anyways, a couple of days progressed, and we see him kind of like, he's doing like this kangaroo thing where he's like hopping with both feet, but he's moving forward. He's like
yeah,
forward.
I can picture it in my mind.
Like forward propelling himself, dude. And sometimes like when he gets like really in the groove, like if we're like really like, hey, come on, he'll like super quick, like down the hallway, like super fast, man. And but now like in like the last like couple of like maybe 3-4 days, dude, he's like stepping, and he's not just stepping. Like the other day, me and Yessie were playing Mario Kart on the Nintendo Switch, and he's like just going back and forth, zooming, like turning around and just zooming, like, but taking steps, like not kangaroo hopping anymore. He's like fucking running, and he'll just like turn around and keep on running.
Dude, it's
man.
awesome. I can picture that in my mind.
Dude, it's so funny, but like now he's like really getting the hang of it. Like he can like hang corners now, and like
still good drifting.
No, not Tokyo dude, but sometimes he'll like run, and when he wants to stop, his like feet will keep sliding. Dude, it's so funny, it's so cute. But no, I mean like sometimes like he'll like need to like make a right to go into like one of the rooms, like down the hallway. Before he was getting stuck, but now he's like really getting the hang of it, and like he can like get into rooms, and like now we really gotta like start shutting doors, and like
damn.
If he's like out of sight, it's kind of like, oh shit, where is he? Like, what's he doing?
Where is he? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Nice, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the silver lining. We wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for the time off of the work that we got.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun seeing them grow. It's cool. It's wild, dude. Like we were cleaning out his closet because a lot of stuff doesn't fit him anymore, and now we've reached the point where all the clothes that we got from the baby shower, like this is the last of it. After this, it's like
you're on your own.
On our own, yeah. Diapers, likewise. I think we have one size up above what he's wearing now from the baby shower, and after that, that's it. It's us.
Yeah. Well, man, he definitely looks like a toddler now, almost.
He's getting
Almost,
big.
yeah.
It's wild.
I can see him walking on his own like pretty soon here.
Dude, it's wild, man. Seeing them grow.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I could hold him his head would be right here, and I could hold his entire body on my forearm. And the other day, he was right here, and his legs were hanging down the fucking couch.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Bro, I can't wait, man. I'm excited to be a father.
Dude, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting. What about, what have you guys been up to? You guys been prepping or buying stuff or anything?
No, not too much. Right now, I've been working a lot still. This coronavirus really hasn't affected my work at all, except for business is booming. So there's a lot of work, yeah.
Dang.
So, yeah. So I'm very fortunate that, not only do I still have my job, but it's
going good.
Yeah, it's full swing right now.
That's good, man.
But anyways, on my, Gloria gets to work from home. So, yeah, she just works from home. She's real nauseous. She's not taking the pregnancy that well. I feel like it's, she's getting real sick.
Dang. You know what? We had some vitamins for you guys. We forgot them. But,
what kind of vitamins are there? Because I bought her vitamin B6, but I don't know. She doesn't want to take them.
They're just prenatals. Prenatals it's like a cocktail.
She has prenatals, but I feel like she's afraid to take them because she thinks it's making her sick. So I told her to take them at night. That way she sleeps through it.
Oh, that's a good idea. You only have to take them once a day anyway, so even if she takes them 9 at night, it's fine. That's a good idea. If it is, I doubt that's the thing going on.
It's probably just the pregnancy.
It's just, dude, Yessie was so sick most of the pregnancy.
Oh, was she? Okay,
Yeah.
This is good to know, because I feel like she thinks she's on her own. She's like, why am I so sick?
No, dude, no, not at all. Yessie was sick, the whole pregnancy. But you know what? Because Jevin had just had his baby maybe a year before us, and he was saying that his girl wasn't pregnant or wasn't
She didn't get sick at all.
She wasn't getting sick. He said maybe the first couple months, and after that she kicked it completely. She was good.
Well, see, yeah, it's a little early too, because she thinks that once after the first couple months that she might feel better.
She might for a little while, but it could come back.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Dude, but you know what? Everybody's pregnancy is different. But she's not alone. That's for sure. I'm sure anybody watching right now, any females who have had any experiences like this on their own, could vouch. She is not alone. Whatever she's feeling, completely normal, man.
Yeah, and actually, if you are a female watching this or a father, maybe you can comment below to see how your pregnancy went.
Yeah, let us know, and then
just give us a little bit more insight, for everybody else too, who
because we're both first-time fathers. We'll take all the advice,
Yeah, exactly.
Any tips that you guys might have.
Any tips or tricks. Like I said, a good idea to throw my baby in the ocean once it's born to build its immunity.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, so.
Especially when it's cold out. If it's raining, even better, You're already wet, man.
Yeah, find your way home.
No, we won't do that.
Yeah, that's a joke.
But yeah, man. Yeah. That's pretty good, dude.
So basically we haven't really been doing much of anything. I've been playing a lot of RuneScape.
Dude, me too. Actually, I got 40 fucking defense, and I was so excited. I was like, all right. So I got 30 on all my stats, attack, defense, strength. And then I was like, you know what? I'll do 40 defense first so I can wear my rune, and I'll come back and I'll have to eat less fish, and I'll just be down here. I'll be down here longer, training my other stats.
Yeah, dude, you should train your prayer too, man.
My prayer?
Because then you can use protect from melee, and then you can also use that to advantage to not to eat as much.
My prayer is low, but I barely got the second thick skin.
Okay, I would invest in it, buy some big bones, and bury those suckers. You might, I don't know if this works in free to play, but there's an altar in the wilderness where you can travel up there with your bones, and they give you bonus prayer experience when you bury them.
Yeah, I haven't even got to the wildy at all, man.
Okay. Anyways, because obviously a lot of people who don't know what we're talking about right now, it's a game called RuneScape, and it's been around forever, since probably 2005, I think.
The thing says 99 to 2020.
There you go. So damn near 21 years, and it's still going strong, and that's the game we play right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe check that out if you're bored.
Yeah, it's OSRS, old school RuneScape. That's the one. Well, I guess there's Iron Man RS3 and
there's a RuneScape 3, which is the original second RuneScape. There's 3 RuneScapes. I don't know. Just figure it out. Just figure it out. Yeah, you'll figure it out.
It's not that hard. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's time consuming.
It's an MMORPG, so if anybody likes those kinds of games. But if you do like MMORPGs, I'm pretty sure you've heard of RuneScape.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, more than likely.
Your girlfriends aren't gonna like you though, because it's gonna take up all your time.
Dude, when I first downloaded it, he was like, "I don't mind you playing, but we're here too." I was like, all right. So I went a couple days without playing, but now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I usually try to play like super early in the morning.
Yeah.
So that she's asleep.
Oh, I play pretty late when she's asleep.
Oh, there you go. Dude, it's the best time to play is when they're asleep.
Yeah. But no, right now I'm doing a bunch of quests and it takes up so much money doing the quest, because then I look up a guide and it's like, oh, buy like 2 iron bars or whatever. And you do like 10 quests in a row, you spend like fucking 15 grand almost,
Yeah. But that's the way to do it, man. Buy everything in advance.
Yeah, you just walk right through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, I think I did like 5 and like before lunch, and then I didn't play the rest of the day, but it's pretty easy.
No, but other than playing RuneScape, I've been working out. And
how you been working out? Because these gyms are closed.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that. There's so much you can do without having actual weights, calisthenics, where you use your own body weight to do your workouts. There's a lot of places right now that are offering a lot of free videos, and even before this quarantine, there's a lot of videos you can find on YouTube that'll teach you how to do workouts at home without any weights at all. And I feel like they work pretty good. I was actually fortunate. I went to Target a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, a few weeks ago, when all the weights were already sold out, and I happened to find one 40-pound dumbbell. That was all that was on the shelves. So I was like, fuck, I don't even really, use 40 pounds that much unless I have a second one for dumbbell chest press. But I didn't want to leave it, so I bought it anyways.
Yeah, you might as well. Maybe you'll go back to Target and see another fucking 40-pound.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm really looking for is a 25-pound. I feel like that's a sweet spot for me. I could use it for a lot of things. So anyways, even during this quarantine, you can definitely still work out. You don't need a gym, so don't use that as an excuse to not work out.
Plus, now you have the time. And then a lot of people, the excuse is, I'm home from work, I don't want to leave again. Well, you've been home working all day long. It's not like you left,
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like working out from home is that much better because you don't have to leave. You don't have to go to a place where there's a lot of people who sometimes, like when I first started working out, I was pretty scrawny. I'm not that big right now, but I was definitely not as big as I used to be. And every time I go to a gym and I see these fucking massive guys, walking on their fists and their legs are just dangling like gorillas, bunch of silverbacks. And so I would always be like, I guess self-conscious, but not really. I was more just like, fuck, I can't lift as much as these guys, I didn't want to make a fool of myself. Because at that time too, you're just trying out all the machines and stuff, so
yeah,
working out from home kind of takes away from all that.
Yeah, all the pressure, feeling the eyeballs on the back of your head, like, oh, look at this guy. What does he think he's doing,
Yeah, dude. And then there's always going to be those guys at the gym where they pick up like 400 pounds, and they're just like, throwing, weights all over the gym, and just being obnoxious. You're just like, God damn, I'm just trying to work out,
Smashing
They got chalk and they're like
chalk. Taking lines of it.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, dude.
And those people do exist for real. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, there are people that go to the gym. Dude, I saw a guy, and sometimes they have like a pillar, I guess holds the roof, I imagine. But it's a pillar that goes from the ground to the ceiling.
Dude, you fucking lifted it?
No.
You just picked it up?
No, dude, he jumped onto like a monkey and started climbing up the pillow.
That might even be wilder than him taking it off.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, is that a machine?
Dude, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's like busting through the roof, like going like up to the outside.
Man. But yeah, so working out from home, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like it's for me, man. I don't want to deal with that, all that. I don't want to climb up the fucking thing.
Nah, yeah, it's no good.
Nah, man, I'd rather work out from home.
For real. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you guys have like things that you want to talk about too. You can leave in the comments.
Or if you have your own home workouts, you ought to share with us. Maybe we'll try them out.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell you how it goes for us or something.
Or even just how you've been spending your time. You know, if you do have a lot of extra time now because of this.
Yeah, what else? Are you guys sewing or knitting, making blankets or something at home, or tie-dye t-shirts in the backyard or something?
Dude, so we have a brother. His name is Jonathan. He's locked up right now. Yeah. So he actually sent me a letter, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago. One of the two. And he was saying that he's getting switched to a different jail or, wherever he's being held at right now. And he's saying he was doing some crocheting. And that he was getting really, really good at it. He's like, I'm getting the rhythm. He's like, but now they're moving me. So.
Oh, yeah, he's losing all the stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if that's affecting the gels.
Dude, all right. So funny you should say because he called me yesterday, which is.
Oh, he's been trying to call me. Every time he calls me, I miss it.
Oh dang! Yeah. It's not an easy thing. So I wouldn't recommend answering it from work because. When you call, it's an automated message and it's like a whole speech. It's like, this is a call from inmate, blah blah blah, and da 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 da. And if you want to accept the call, you gotta put in your credit card information. The price is X amount.
Damn, you forgot to put your card in?
You not in the phone. It doesn't
Well, yeah, I know, but
no, yeah, But the thing is, it's easy because it's $1.25 per 20 minutes.
Oh.
So he called me, and it was the first time he had ever called me. So and I didn't know all that. I was figuring it out, like which numbers to dial or whatever, or press 6 for this or whatever. And finally, it went through, and we started talking, and we were just talking and talking and talking. And to me, it felt like we were like still saying what's up, like, hey, how you doing? What are you up to? Still. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it says you have 60 seconds left on the call. And I was like, what? Like, for real? Like, only 60 seconds? It barely felt like we were even, like, beginning to start the conversation,
Right.
And he was like, hold on, I'll call you again. And I was like, oh, for real? You can do that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'll call you again. And I was like, okay. So then the conversation ended. He called me again. I put in my credit card information again, did the whole fucking process. And I was like, so how does this work? And he said, it's not like in the movies where there's like a payphone attached to the wall. It's like a landline, but like a cordless phone. And there's one for his 16-person pod.
Okay.
And he said he has to wake up at 6 a.m. to fight for that phone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because if not, it's going to be gone the rest of the day.
Because people are just making calls
People are making calls and calls and calls, yeah.
Oh,
and we were even on the phone. Like, I heard somebody yelling, and then he was like, hey, hold on. And he was like, there's already a line, homie. Like you're not next. Like, there's already a line. And the guy said something else. He's like, all right, whatever, man. And then, he was like, all right. And then we got back to it, right? Back to the conversation. And I was asking him, if it was affecting him at all. But he said where he's at right now, he doesn't really see the difference because it's always the same 16 people. Nobody comes and goes. He said that there was one, like a CO, like a corrections officer, that got sick, and he hasn't seen him around in a while. But everybody else has remained the same. Yeah. So he said he doesn't really see that much of a difference, but he understands what's happening because he even like joked about toilet paper or whatever, and
oh, he knows about that.
Yeah. So he's got an eye on it. I guess he's got like a TV and he was watching Blade Trinity when I called him.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Wait, hold on. Can he watch that while he's watching? He can talk while he's watching.
So he's got a landline. So that's what I was like. It's not like you're not like attached to like the wall. He's like, no, like I'm literally laying on my bed watching Blade Trinity talking to you.
Oh, damn! Imagine that shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
fuck.
cool, dude. I was like, nice, man. Like, at least in the craziness, like, you're doing good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's got his feet up.
I'm chilling,
yeah,
dog.
he's like, what you up to, man? I'm good, dude. You want to talk another 20 minutes?
He's like, nah, this line's ready to take.
Let's take him, we gotta wheel it.
Oh, damn it. That makes me like even more sad I don't get to answer his calls then. Cause...
Yeah. I told him to call me on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, next time you call, I really got to try to answer. I could tell him like when a good time to call me.
Yeah.
I'm busy and shit.
Because he said the phones are available till 9 at night, but he said he's got a fight for him, so
yeah.
So it depends on when he can get it. But yeah, I just thought that was a good time, and it was funny because I'd sent him a letter, and we talked about the letter I'd sent him, but he was talking about his response. I hadn't received it yet, and we talked on the phone. And I went to go check the mail, and his letter was in the mail.
When did you talk to him last?
Yesterday.
Oh, shit. Did you tell him I have a
He knew.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think my mom told him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
he knew. And I say my mom, it's our mom.
Yeah, that's funny. Like, we've been saying that our whole life.
Our
We have the
whole
same
life.
parents, and we never really noticed it until people were saying, why do you
People
say...
started pointing it out to us.
because we were saying, my mom, like, everyone's like,
yeah.
like just now, he said,
my mom sent him a
instead of
letter.
saying our mom,
Or mom.
Mom yeah.
sent him a letter.
And,
no, she's my mom.
Yeah. Except for when I'm talking about, then she's my mom.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
Yeah, my mom sent him a letter. and so he brought it up. He was like, hey, so like Josh, you know, like, yeah, like, dude, it's happening, man. Like, you're gonna be an uncle again.
Damn, fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, I want to talk to him. I wrote him a letter not too long ago. He responded. He was telling me about that. He was telling me how he has his hair is so long that when he does warrior braids, it comes down to his chest or something.
Damn.
I can only imagine.
Dude, got crazy on here. Dude, it's so funny. So my mom was telling Yessie that when John was little, that she used to like dress him up like all like kind of like this, you know, like collared shirts, like buttoned up, you know, like overalls or whatever. But Yessie, the only picture she's ever seen of John were like after like he had left the house and like got like face tattoos and stuff like that. So Yessie's mind, she pictures a little boy in like coverall with fucking face tattoo, and she says, "That's how I picture your brother."
Yeah. And our brother, man, he's a big guy.
He's fucking tall. Like,
he's like what, 6'2"?
6'2". None of us are past 6 foot, and he's 6'2".
6'2",
yeah.
pushing at least 200 pounds.
Yeah,
like,
minimum, yeah.
Minimum. He's working out a bunch
Dude.
in prison, tatted up face, like super long hair he does in braids. You can just picture and imagine what this guy looks like. But yeah, that's our brother. Yeah.
Crazy guy. He's super talented. Next podcast, I'm gonna bring some of his art.
Cool, yeah, we can show it off.
Yeah, he's super talented.
Yeah, he's a real good artist.
Yeah, and the next one I'm gonna bring some art. And right now, because they won't let him have any pencils, so he's trying to learn how to do shading in pen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me
He's
about
telling
that.
you about that. So
why do you think that is? No pencils? Because you could stab someone with it, or
yeah, you turn into a
weapon.
Yeah, he was found with some contraband he shouldn't have had, so they took away. That's why they took away his knitting and all that stuff.
Oh, is that why?
Damn. Yeah. He tells me a lot. Like me and him, we keep pretty close. We stay communicated very often.
Damn.
Yeah, I sent him that book, The Empire of the Summer Moon.
Oh yeah.
That Joe Rogan recommended it.
Did he start reading it? Or?
Yeah, so he said that he's only allowed to have 6 books total on him at one time.
What does he do with the books when he gets too many?
So he said he could mail them to me. So I told him
back.
I told him he could mail them because I've only mailed him one so far.
Okay.
But I told him any of the ones he's done reading, he can mail them to me, and I'll keep them in the library, and I'll send him more books. So I sent him the Empire one. He said he's like he said he's got like 4 chapters left on it, but he's also reading like change like your mentality kind of book, you know, some other stuff. But he said he's got 6 books right now, and he's kind of alternating through all of them, so he doesn't get bored of any one.
Man, when I read his letters now, I feel like I can sense a change in him.
Yeah.
He's not the same guy who, when he would ask for a cigarette, he couldn't say C, so he'd ask for a biggerette.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see that no more when he sends me letters.
Yeah.
So. That's good. I'm glad, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad he's changing.
Well, I mean, he's still himself, you know. He's still.
No, he is. I know he is, but I don't know. A sense of maturity in him.
Yeah, no, I definitely I get that too. I think, especially like, you know, I have my kid, you're having your kid. I think he's seeing like, yo, I got to be out there. You know, I got to be part of the family. You know, I can't be doing the old things that I was doing. You know, with these old friends or whatever.
Yeah, I'd love for him to come out one day and be able to meet, our kids. And
meet the fam, man.
We have another brother. His name is Jesse. And so basically, he still lives in a different state, and I'm sure he knows that we both have you have your kid and I'm having mine soon. And
Yeah.
I wonder how he feels about things.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, and me and him used to keep pretty like tight communication too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden, we just stopped talking. I don't know. Like, it was nobody's fault, you know. Like, nobody was like, we didn't have any kind of falling out.
No, yeah.
Just,
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Just wonder what what he's up to and stuff. And
yeah. We all reach out to him.
Yeah.
See how he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's another little bit of our backstory and
who we are,
our family and stuff.
In total, there's 4 boys, you know.
Yep, one little sister. She's the youngest.
Little sister.
Okay. Man, but I was thinking maybe also we could talk about things that were, our plans that were canceled.
Like my trip to San Diego?
Yeah.
What did you have? Oh, Crystalia.
Yeah, so far, we were supposed to see Crystalia here actually in a week or so.
Yeah, like next weekend, I think. Or,
yeah.
Might have even been this weekend.
I think it is actually.
It is this weekend, huh?
Yeah, it would have been this Saturday.
Yeah,
this Saturday
today. Oh, no,
next Saturday. Next Saturday coming up. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, next Saturday coming up. Damn it, cocksucking coronavirus.
How many times have we missed an opportunity to see him? Like, this is like our third
time at least.
This is like our third, yeah. The
Yeah.
first 2 were our own fault.
Yeah, we're kind of like, oh, we could, but then we decided not to.
Yeah.
Just we already bought the tickets. We finally bought the tickets.
We finally did it. We finally committed to it. We said we're gonna go. We had bought the tickets. Things just didn't go.
Nah, the universe was like, nah, I don't think so, homie.
Not yet, man.
Not today.
Not today.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we have so far for sure has been canceled in our lives. Another thing is we actually already have tickets to go see Joe Rogan
in July.
And
still,
the way it's looking, that might be canceled too soon. So
to be determined.
Yeah, to be determined. So yeah, that's another thing. If you guys want to talk about that, you guys can comment on, what things you guys had planned or no longer going through because of it. So yeah.
Plans canceled, or maybe the opposite. Plans made. Maybe you're gonna
yeah.
plan to do a FaceTime call with like your 3 friends from out of state or something, and maybe you guys plan to do it like every Thursday night or something, and I don't know, like drink wine or something and tell each other about your week or something.
Yeah, maybe now you guys have board game night.
Board game night, yeah.
Every Thursday, or something like that.
Yeah, just something you look forward to now because of the changes in our daily lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So there's that. Man, I wish I would have thought about more things to talk about. I feel like the last time we talked, I already had things like that I had been thinking about. I was like, oh, we can talk about this, talk about that. Actually, I do have some things that I wrote down previously. We had kind of thought about doing segments, and one of them was called Shitty Stories. I remember that, and it's something we would talk about stories that were pretty shitty, whether it just be because it was a bad time or because there's literal shit involved in the story.
You got one?
I do got one.
You got a shitty story, dude?
I got one.
Dude, I don't know if you know this, but shitty stories are my favorite, dude.
Dude,
it makes me laugh so hard, dude.
I know.
Especially, oh man, if it's a good one, dude, I don't know why, like, it just hits my fucking funny bone. Like,
okay, man, I have one, but it's literally about you, so I don't know how.
Oh, damn.
So I don't know how funny you'll find it. You cannot tell them or what?
Yeah, I guess as long as, you know, it's not incriminating. Or
I know. That's not. At least I don't think you can incriminate a 6 or 7 year old boy.
I think I know.
When we were younger, me and my brother here, and my other brother Jesse that we just mentioned, one time we were at Walmart and we all had to use the bathroom at the exact same time. So I don't know what happened. I think there was 2 stalls in one urinal. So me and my brother Jesse go use the stall. And we come out, and my brother is propped up on the urinal taking his shit. So yeah, he took a big massive shit in the urinal. He like was straight up popped up on it and sat on it and taking a poop in it at a Walmart. We were all kids though. We didn't know any better.
Well, here's the thing. It's because both y'all older than me, so y'all faster than me. But fuck, I was running for that stall, dude. I knew there was only 2. I mean, we've been in that Walmart 1,000 times at least.
Yeah, actually, we stole a bunch of shit from that Walmart.
Oh shit! Yeah.
When we were kids, we were a bunch of thieves.
Dude, I'm pretty sure they closed that Walmart down because of us.
Yeah, actually, like, not even kidding. We probably...
Because it was a small Walmart, you know? It wasn't very big.
It was like one of the original Walmarts. I feel like that's when Walmart first started, too.
Yeah,
I was like,
pretty sure, dude. But we stole so much from them, and then out of nowhere, they shut that building down and moved it kind of across the highway to a giant facility, and cameras on every fucking corner.
That's what you know now is like a super Walmart.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, dude, that's my shitty story.
Dude, that's hilarious.
We actually, I'll just keep going. We had a good friend named Dennison Howell. Howell, shout out to you if you're listening.
Shout out to Dennison, man.
Yeah, all our friends too. We grew up in Denver, Colorado. So you know, if you're from Denver, Colorado, shout out to you as well. Anyways, so our friend Dennison Howell, he was like our childhood friend, and he lived like right across the street, just down the street a little ways, and this guy was he's unique. He's a unique character. I don't want to talk bad about him because he's not nothing to talk bad about. But
he's definitely, you know, I think because he was an only child, you know, he kind of had a certain freedom about himself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I don't think maybe some kind of manners weren't formed in some kind of social etiquette.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Another thing to put things in perspective. He was a white kid, and we're all Hispanic. Yeah, you know. And, dude, I could just go on and on. Like, so Dennison was like, I think 13. His mom looked like she was 60. No offense to Dennison's mom. No, but I think she was really old. Like,
well, she was.
She had him at
because when we met him, we all thought that was his grandma.
Yeah. You were like, oh, that's your mom. Like, we legit said, oh, your grandma's picking you up. You know.
Yeah. No, that's my mom.
Yeah, that's my mom. Yeah, and Dennison was a character. Oh, we can talk about him.
You go on and on, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, my shitty story. Maybe we'll talk about him later on. But it was like one time because he used to come over to our house a bunch. Like,
dude, one time I woke up, went downstairs, turned on the computer that's in like the kitchen area, and he came up from our basement.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. We didn't even know he was.
Dude, I didn't know he was down there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew he was.
No, it's because we invited him over the day before, and he just never left. He was in the basement playing video games all night. Dude.
Yeah, I remember because I think we had an Xbox.
Yeah.
And he didn't have an Xbox. Mm-hmm. but he was willing to buy his Halo 2 just so he can play over at our house.
Which
so
was like the game back in the day.
Oh, Halo 2 came out. I remember it was Master Chief holding the 2 submachine guns on the cover like this. Yeah. That's why you can dual wield in this game.
Dual wield. Right, the Warhogs, dude. That shit was badass. And the turrets, like...
Yeah, dude, you have to do the fucking 4-way split to play the game.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
And we'd all get mad at each other because for sure we all.
For sure.
Dude, it was.
Everybody.
I'm not screen cheating, but guarantee I'm screen cheating.
Screen cheating, dude.
I know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that shitty story I'm talking about, I was like, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I think he had just came out of the basement and let one rip. Big time. And I think my mom thought he'd shit himself or something. I forget the story entirely, but God, yeah, I remember one thing being like, oh, it smells like poop or something. I don't know, it was just Dennis and Howell. Sorry, I didn't even see his last name, but yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious.
That was our friend Dennis.
Jeez. Shit.
Yeah, what else, man? You got anything else you want to...
Dude, now I got to think of some good shitty stories for next time. I know I got a couple of my own.
Dude, I got...
It's funny, you took one of my shitty stories. Because I remember that day very vividly.
Yeah.
That is shit so bad.
Dude, I'll never forget
but
that.
I'll never stop thinking about who cleaned it up.
The fucking Walmart employee was like, well, alright, I gotta clean the shitty bathroom, right?
I fucking quit!
He's like, are you kidding me? There's a turd in the urinal. Dude, I would have laughed so hard if I saw that. Dude, even if it wasn't someone who cleaned it up, it wasn't something like the next guy had to fucking take a piss. Dude, you're not gonna take a piss and a urinal has shit in it. What is this, Europe? What is going on here?
Oh my god, man.
Dude, that's good. That's golden right there.
Yeah, I'll never stop thinking about who had to clean it up. I wonder if they picked it up.
God damn it.
Fuck this shit.
Dude, one time when I was a kid, there was a guy, his name was Taylor. And I always thought he was so strange, you know? He was kind of like popular, but also maybe notorious in a way. Notorious is like when you're popular for like being a bad person, right?
Oh,
Something
okay,
like that.
Yeah.
And this is like an elementary school, so I think it was like 3rd or 4th grade. And I remember I had to use the restroom. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I remember I was in a stall taking a dump, and I see Taylor walking by. And you know, there's always that little space between the stall and the door, you know, and just like you can see outside.
Yeah.
And I don't think this has ever happened to me in my life except for this one time. And Taylor Lautner, I don't know. I said his last name, but I don't think that's even his correct last name, anyways. But for sure, Taylor. And I'm just sitting there also, and I see like his eye, and he's just like looking at me, and I'm just looking at him. We're just like looking at each other. And I forgot, dude, this was so long ago. I don't even I think he finally just vanished.
Finally looked away.
Yeah, I was
damn.
Oh my god damn it. I'm traumatized.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, you know, when I was in elementary school, they would all take us to the bathroom at the same time, right? Everybody goes in 5 at a time or whatever.
Okay.
And, everyone's taking a piss at the urinals. And there'd be one kid going by, and he'd be pinching everybody's butt. Yeah, just going down, dude. Going down. It was like an everyday thing. And I remember at one point, the teachers were taking all the kids one by one, and they were asking, hey, did so-and-so ever pinch your butt while you were taking taking a piss? Yeah, because I remember the teachers asking.
Dude, he was the original Eric Weinstein or whatever.
Right? The Harvey fucking Weinstein.
Or Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
Eric actually he's a smart guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, yeah. Harvey Weinstein, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the original.
Dude,
So he was just pinching all the kids' butts.
punching might have been better, dude.
I was like, oh, good one.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, fuck you, man. I'll get you next time.
I pinch somebody's butt. Oh, you're gonna get me next time? Like, no, fucking.
Like, dude, don't touch me.
Dude, yeah.
Damn,
No,
what the hell?
Yeah, but after the teacher said something, he never
Oh, wait,
did
the
it.
teacher asked?
The teacher was taking all the kids individually. I remember because, like,
But the teacher was like, hey, is this kid pinching all your ass?
something like that, yeah. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Dude, it must be fun to be a teacher sometimes. Just like the
Maybe,
stories you might hear, like something like that.
Yeah, right.
Dude, it's gotta be not fun to be a teacher too, though. Like for sure. Like I remember one of our classes. We had a substitute teacher. She was so nice, dude. She was so cool. Her name was like Miss Wardle or something like that. Yeah, dude, and everybody straight up made her cry.
Oh, damn.
She just broke down, like, and just started bawling, and it was just standing in front of everybody, just like holding her face, crying.
What'd you guys do?
Well, I didn't do it. I was just like, this is real life right now? Like, God damn, you guys are fucked up. Why would you do this to her? Yeah, so I can see both ways.
Yeah, we made our teacher cry, but for a different reason. When I was in fifth grade.
Why? Did you guys hurt her?
No, dude, she was damn, I was in fifth grade. I remember thinking she was hot, but she was like young because I remember she was graduating from I think CU Boulder or CU Denver, one of the two.
Okay.
And it was like her second year teaching, I think, when she was my teacher, or maybe even third because I think Jessie might have had her as her. Like first year teaching was Jessie. But anyways, so I remember it was her birthday coming up, and then one of the moms of one of the students was like, hey guys, I think it'd be a good idea. We like threw her a party. We'll like hang streamers and like I'll buy a cake or something, right? And then she came in. I think she was coming back from we came back from recess early, she was coming back from lunch, and then we like surprised her with like the cake and the streamers and all that. And she thought it was super dope, right? And like we all had cake or whatever. But I remember specifically when she graduated from college, the same mom was like, hey, let's throw her another party for the graduation.
Okay.
Because the cake was like the CU buff. And like whatever, we did the streamers and shit again. And this time when she came in, she started crying. Because she was like, oh my God, like you guys like did all this for me, whatever, you know, kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, too.
Yeah. The good and the bad.
Good and the bad, yeah. I remember my brother Jesse threw a chair at one of our teachers one time. Straight up picked up a chair and threw it at him.
Yo, you ever seen the Boondocks? Man, I could start a riot. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Throw a chair, dude.
Man, I feel like our childhood was filled with awesomeness.
Dude, I remember one time, because Jesse got held back, so we were in the same grade in high school, and he was lit one day. He was drinking out of like a Taco Bell cup or something, but it had alcohol in it, and he was just drinking it in class, and he got pissed off, and I remember he made a scene in class, and I was like, fuck, because I knew he was drunk, but everybody else was like normal, right?
It was like a normal, student, like just trying to learn.
Yeah.
Bro was just he's pissed drunk.
Pissed drunk in the back. Yeah, he's making a scene, and he's like, oh, fuck that, and then he like storms out, and he throws his cup away in the trash can in the classroom.
Dude, why was he pissed? Was it because of me?
Yeah, it was because of you.
Dude, well, I was at home and I was mad because I think he took the iPod with the school with him. And I was talking shit.
I'm pretty sure it was my iPod.
Yeah, it was you.
It wasn't even either of you guys' iPod.
And I was talking shit too.
Dude, he was so pissed, and he threw the fucking cup away in the trash can, and all the kids left. And then the teacher was like, hey, what's going on with Jesse? And I had to think quick on my feet, and I was like, oh, it's just some home stuff. And I saw the fucking cup in the trash can, and it was the only thing in the whole trash can. So I just reached down and I grabbed it nonchalantly, still talking to the teacher, like, he'll be okay. Like he's
Just-
just mad. And then I was like, all right, like Mr. Whatever, like I'll see you next time. And then like I dipped out, but with the fucking cup in my hand, cause
Dang, does it have alcohol in it?
it was empty, but it smelled like alcohol. Yeah, all right, cause he gave me some. Like I took a sip. That's how I knew. He's like, here, try this. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is good. And then he was like just chugging it like the whole class. Dude, so I was like, I'm not gonna fucking like leave this in here.
Yeah.
You know? Grabbed it real quick.
Dude,
fucking,
fuck yeah, man. That's what's up.
yeah, did that. Good times,
Yeah,
man.
good test for sure. How long have we been going?
I don't know actually.
I was gonna tell you, like, put a timer.
Fucking timer. You can pause it here, huh? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can end it here. Man, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
our stories. This is only a little bit
The tip of the iceberg.
the tip of the iceberg, all the stories we have. So I don't know, maybe we'll be better prepared next time. We'll have a little bit more like topics to talk about.
Yeah.
But we'll
definitely send some ideas our way, and we'll keep those in mind.
Yeah.
We'll
And
include them, incorporate them.
if you've gone this far, hopefully you'll like and subscribe to this video. Definitely subscribe.
Definitely subscribe.
Because we're gonna definitely keep putting more stuff out there for you guys. So yeah, and if you like to hear more stories about our childhood and how retarded we were, we got plenty more.
Yeah, plenty more. Plenty more.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the Jay and Breezy show, and
We're out.